Well, during this period of lockdown, many of my friends didn't ping me to ask about a good laptop under the price range. According to me, buying a laptop is exciting and even daunting. With so many technological advancements, you may find yourself in a dilemma to choose your perfect laptop. Well, at the end, all we want is a laptop with best specifications, right? But there are some serious pitfalls that you want to avoid. Well, I have put some of the common mistakes it is easy to make when you're going to buy a laptop. Well, I did the most of the mistakes, and these mistakes are from my personal experience when I bought my first laptop and later I realized my mistakes. So in case if you guys end up liking today's video and found it helpful, just smack that like button and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned until the end of the video to up your laptop savvy and bag yourself with some key buying advice. So guys, it's me, your gaming geek. Welcome back. Well, the first mistake is paying too much for a laptop. It can be tempted to see a wide variety of laptops at different range, making us think that more expensive automatically means better. But that's not the case always. Sometimes laptops which are expensive might not work the same like how we think. Well, there's even another reason. Some might even think the expensive laptop means the greater life. Well, that's not the case every time. An average lifespan of a laptop is about 3 to 5 years, and again this 3 to 5 years can be increased or decreased depending on how you use your laptop. If you're going to use a laptop on heavy duty basis, then surely your lifespan will reduce, or your laptop might get spoiled within the span of 3 years. Well, if you use your laptop at a normal regular basis, your laptop might even work for more than 5 years. That's why personally I feel the lifespan of laptop is set by the user. It's not on how much extra you're going to pay. It's just that how we are gonna use your laptop in a proper way or not. And even sometimes what happens is that you're spending extra bucks on a laptop which are having costly components that you really don't need. That means you'll end up buying an overly pricey laptop, which is one of the most important thing which you guys have to know. My key advice to avoid this mistake is to know what you need and set the budget and stick to it. Before you even look for a laptop, make a list of the things you want to use it for. If the laptop does not include heavy duty tasks like high-end gaming, high-end video editing, etc., it's likely you will not need a most expensive laptop on the market. So I'm repeating again, to make a list of things that you want to use on a laptop so that you won't pay or you won't be paying way too much for a laptop. Cause as you know, the technology keeps on advancing. The laptop which you're buying now might not be the trending in the future. So think while you even pay for a laptop. Misled by specifications. My biggest mistake which I committed when I purchased my laptop. Well, let's say a laptop has an i5 processor, 8GB RAM and 2GB graphic card with 1TB HDD, and your requirements are same as that. You may think that there can be no laptop buying mistake here. Well, here I will say hold my beer. Well, I don't really drink a beer, just for content's sake. Well, coming back. Do not just read the top and agree with that. Dig underneath and seek more details. For example, for the i5 processor, which generation is that? What are the processing speed? Is it overclocking possible? Etc. Again, for the RAM, what DDR version is it running? And similarly, what is the speed of the RPM speed of the HDD? And again, what graphic card does it run? Which version is it? Latest or old? Well, if it's old, try to find out will it satisfy your needs. That's why don't just go by the name, just dig in. The third mistake is unclear on what your requirements are. As I mentioned above, you must be super clear on what your needs are. Unclear on your requirements may mean that you are underinvesting in the laptop or overinvesting. What will you buy when you yourself don't know what you want laptop for? So just make sure you're crystal clear on what your requirements, So avoid this laptop buying mistake. One way to know is doing the task or the work that you're going to do in your new laptop in an already available laptop of your friends or your parents, etc., so that you can gauge on the performance. This will allow you to calibrate your requirements based on the performance on the laptop that is already available. This will save you from the major laptop buying mistake which many of us do. The fourth common mistake is hurrying on buying a laptop without a proper research. This is a common laptop buying mistake that we tend to buy a laptop without a proper research when we see an offer attached to the laptop. Don't rush to buy a laptop thinking that the offer will be over in a short period of time, unless you're sure that the offer is good and the laptop does meet your requirements and you're not overpaying on it. Do a better research before buying it. The fifth mistake is buying a wrong screen size and overly weighing laptop. The right size of the screen depends on the purpose for which you will be using the laptop for. And 11 inches or 13 inches is suitable for those for whom portability is important. On the other hand, someone in the field of art and design will be much better off buying a laptop with bigger screen so that it does not stress your eyes. Well, if you travel a lot, it's always better to get a less weighing laptop. 6, and the most common mistake done by many of us: compromise on the RAM size. Most common mistake done by people thinking that they don't use that much RAM and why is it necessary to spend extra bucks. Let me tell you that as time passes, you will be missing the RAM size that you compromised at the time of buying the laptop. The first reason is that as time passes, most of the software, if not all, will be releasing an update, for which each update a little bit more memory will be needed. For example, you use Photoshop for your work and you ordered a laptop that just supports Photoshop. After 6 months, Adobe releases a new version which you really need because it has few new features that you want to use it for to make your photos look better. Now your laptop will run like a tortoise because it can't support the newly version properly. That's the reason why RAM size does matter. Well, in case if you're strict on a budget, try to get a laptop with upgradable RAM so that you can buy and add a stick into your laptop in the near future, but never compromise on RAM. The 7th mistake is don't fall for number of GB in graphic card. My biggest mistake, and most of you people might also even commit the same mistake, just looking at the number of GB that the graphic card has. Never do that. While you're searching for a new laptop, you will find many laptops that say that it has a 2 GB graphic card, 4 GB graphic card, 6 GB graphic card, etc. Do not would buy that at the first sight. Just like the previous buying mistake, dig deeper and check what is its processing speed and power. Is it the latest graphic card or not? Cause a 1060 graphic card also has a 6 GB RAM, VRAM, and whereas the 1660 graphic card and a 1660 graphic card has also got a VRAM, but they both differ. Whereas a 1060 runs on a GDDR5, whereas a 1660 runs on the latest GDDR6. Both do have a 6 GB VRAM, but the version does vary. That's why never go by number. Go by the actual name or the actual version of the graphic card which they are using in the laptop. The 8th mistake is being overly brand loyal. Most of us have a handful of brands that we trust and regularly buy from. That can often be rewarding, but it also carries risk. After all, if your favorite laptop brand brings out a bad device, and brand loyalty may lead to you buying a laptop when you should really consider alternative. To ensure you do not fall into this trap, make sure to look at what rival manufacturers are doing. You might have had a bad experience with one of them in the past, but things might have changed drastically since then, and you might be pleasantly surprised with what they offer, right? So never be overly brand loyal. The next common mistake is not reading reviews and trying before you buy a laptop. Reading reviews is especially important when it comes to a laptop, as there are so many things to consider. A certain laptop may look fancy, but is it solid built? Does it perform well at a range of tasks? How does it battery last, etc. These are all the important questions that the laptop reviews usually examine. Rather than relying on your instincts on the market blurb on the laptop website, read as many reviews as you can before taking a laptop. As useful as these reviews are, still trying a laptop in person is something I recommend, because these reviews are essentially subjective. What is important to one reviewer may not be to the another. Without taking a laptop for a personal test drive, you will never know if it suits your needs. If you can, head to a physical store and see if they will let you try out the laptop, so that you can think before you buy it. The next mistake is not checking if the laptop SSD is NVMe or SATA. Nowadays, most of the laptop companies are providing SSDs, which is really good cause they are faster than normal HDD drives. But just don't stop there. If you really want to take the advantage of the speed difference, ensure you're getting a laptop with right kind of SSD. Personally, I suggest to go with SSD of NVMe version, cause a PCIe NVMe SSD has a write speed at a high of 3500 megabytes, while a SATA 3 SSD can only manage up to 500 megabytes per second. So I personally like you guys to check in detail when they mention it has an SSD to know whether they do have an NVMe SSD or a SATA version. In case if the laptop has a SATA version of an SSD, I personally recommend not to go with it, cause it's an older version and there might be a chances in future that this SATA version of SSD might fall slow. So I personally prescribe you guys go with the NVMe version of an SSD. The next and the most important mistake that most of us do, having a vague idea about warranty. This is another major mistake that people often make when buying a new laptop. Most of us will simply see the warranty of 1 to 2 years and they are happy. But check and contact the support on how to avail the warranty in case if you need it. What are the coverage of the warranty? How to register for the warranty if in case if you bought the laptop from online? Is the service center available in your city or area, etc. Cause if you have to go to a city that is 300 kilometers away from your place to avail a warranty, then there is no point of buying a laptop. So try to know in detail about the laptop warranty and its services from the vendor where you're buying, cause most of the vendors do know where the service centers etc. are based within the city range. If the service centers are not placed in your city range, I personally prefer not to go with that laptop. It's better to buy another laptop. So laptop warranty also plays a very important role when it comes to buying a laptop. Well, these are my mistakes which I have done from my personal experience, and I recommend you guys not to do these mistakes while you purchase a laptop. So I hope you guys might have found today's video to be informative and help you to take proper decisions when you buy a new laptop. So in case if you guys end up liking today's video, just smack that like button, and if you guys are new to my channel, just hit a subscribe. And it would be really great if I can get 20 likes on this video. But in case if you guys didn't like today's video, just smack that unlike button and comment in the comment section so that I can improve myself. So I'll see you guys on our next video. Until then, signing off, your gaming geek.